Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm gonna show you the reason why I didn't purchase the Xenon palette by Natasha Denona. There's not gonna be a demo because for me that's just pointless. I know you guys don't love tutorials, but you love the reviews of the products. And you guys know that I love Natasha Denona shadows. If you want to see more about the reasons why I didn't purchase the Natasha Denona Xenon palette and how I recreated it from my collection, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so the Xenon palette was a mini. It came with 5 colors, and the colors first called my name because one of the shades I've always wanted to buy as a single, and it's the Blackest Black by Natasha Denona. She sells it as a single, and I've been hoping for her to come up with that formula in one of her bigger palettes or one of her midi palettes or even one of her regular size 5-pan palettes, but she hasn't done that. I guess it's because people still buy the single and she wants to keep it that way. But that was the main reason why I wanted to get the palette. One of the reasons why I didn't want to purchase the Xenon palette is first because it was a mini, and I purchased the mini Love palette, and I haven't come clean about that. But even though I love the color story, they do not have magnets like every other Natasha Denona palette that I own, and for me that's a deal breaker. You guys know that I love creating Franken palettes. As soon as I saw that it was a mini, it was a no for me, even though I love the color story. Second thing that I thought was that this reminds me a ton of the last row on the Viva palette. I'm not gonna show you the Viva palette, but I'm gonna show you the palette that I created using mostly eyeshadows from the Viva palette. So you can see here my Franken Xenon palette, and it's all using Natasha Denona. And this for me, it's even a better formula. It was also another reason not to purchase it because I realized that I truly don't want the Blackest Black eyeshadow. If I get it for free, amazing. If I get it in another eyeshadow palette, great. But black is one of the hardest eyeshadows to work with. I'm a makeup artist. I use black eyeshadow in basically every single client, even if it's just to set the black liner so that it won't budge or just to smoke it out. Even if it's a tiny bit, I 99% of the time use black eyeshadow on my clients, and I use the ABH black eyeshadow, the Soft Glam, that's called Noir. And oh my goodness, black eyeshadow is just, it's a hassle to work with. And my favorite black eyeshadow of all time, it used to be Blackout from Urban Decay, then the Noir from ABH, and since I got the Viva palette, it's Spot from the Viva palette. It has a huge pan. Actually, it has double pan in the same eyeshadow, and I know at some point I will finish this black eyeshadow. And the reason why this is so amazing, and it's the best black, even better than the Blackest Black from Natasha Denona, is that this is a cream to powder. That means that even though they can have a little bit of fallout, and fallout in black eyeshadow, it's a hassle. The fallout when you use cream to powders from Natasha Denona, it's basically non-existent. You get a few dots here and there, but I created this look, and the fallout that I had from these two eyeshadows, and they were easy to clean, these creamy mattes, but it was never from the cream to powder formula. I also realized that when you look at that eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna place it someplace on the screen so that you guys can follow me while I'm speaking about it, is that that little palette, the reason why everyone was picking it up is because it had a metallic platinum shade. And I'm the owner of the Natasha Denona Green Brown palette, and the eyeshadow that's the most metallic, or one that I just adore and love, and I think it's wonderful, but I don't use that much because I'm not that into silver eyeshadow, it's aluminum. And this one, I think in a way it looks even better than that one, and you can see it right here. And you'll be able to see what I mean when I say that I do not need the other palette. You guys, so the shades that I used were a Spot from the Viva palette, which is the black one. Then Sculpture, which is a cream to powder, a gray tone from the Viva palette again. Aluminum from the Green Brown palette, which is the platinum shade. Tor from the Viva palette, which is a creamy matte. And then Tusk from the Viva palette, which is a bone color, or just a nude shade. after watching the color story of that one was the black. Then the second thing was the platinum shade, and I already had those in a better formula in my opinion, and I had them full size and already in palettes that I know and love. And then the other reason that I wanted to get it for is because it calls for a smoky eye, and I love smoky eyes. I think they're just wonderful. But for me to create a smoky eye, I do not love gray tones. I prefer browns. So if this palette had a dark brown and then a transition shade type of brown, I would prefer it over the color story that it had, for sure, like 10,000 times more, because that's just my preference, and that's just something that I know I would reach for. And I know that I can create that eyeshadow palette also with the Glam palette and just transform this little Xenon palette, Franken palette that I have here. But I wanted to show you how I could recreate this, and then reasons why I didn't purchase it. When I think about the least used shade on my Viva palette, these grays are basically, like today I was getting familiar with them. I know when I first got the Viva palette, I used them a little bit for some makeup looks that I wanted to create, but always hand in hand with one of the browns from the palette. And then I use them, and I just don't love gray eyeshadow on my eyes. It's just not something that I'm drawn to. So since I don't use these two eyeshadows, and that one is a mini 5-pan palette, why would I want to purchase it when it comes with a platinum that I almost never reach for? Now I have heat pan on this one, and you will see that on my Franken palette update, but it's not an eyeshadow that you see me wearing all the time, and the two grays I don't use. So basically these three shades were gonna be dots for me, and then a skin tone or a bone color that is a good highlighting color, but I have in so many other palettes that it just doesn't say anything special to me. So the black would be the only reason why I would purchase it, and then this is a better black. So there you have a couple reasons why I wouldn't purchase the palette, besides it not having magnets on it. That being said, I think that if you don't have the Viva palette or the green brown, and if you love that color scheme, the Natasha Denona formula in the Mini Love, it's perfect. So I bet that she already maintains her formula in all the mini eyeshadow palettes. So if you love that color story and you love being able to carry something small in your makeup bag, and you love smoky eyes, cool tone smoky eyes, that palette would be the one for you. But I just wanted to let you guys know that you don't always need to get the latest thing. You just have to know if you're gonna use it or not, whether you love the formula or not, because I adore Natasha Denona shadows, but you guys have seen me skip a few eyeshadow palettes from her, like the Circo Loco and then the 5-pan palettes. I still want the Camel one, and I know at some point I will get it, but most of the eyeshadow palettes that she comes up with, the minis and the 5-pan palettes that I'm not interested in, I will not purchase, because if I'm not gonna be hitting pan on them, if I don't see myself reaching for them time and time again, I prefer to save my money for something else, or I prefer to save my money, period. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope this was as short and sweet as I wanted it to be, but I wanted to show you some different content here, and sometimes telling you guys the reasons why I don't purchase something will make you think about products that you wanna buy in a different way, or with a different mindset, and that way you can maybe save some money and maybe splurge in products that you know you will finish completely. So as an emoji today, let's just leave a black heart, because black hearts are my favorite, and it's just something related to Xenon. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I upload videos at least twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, but sometimes I have a bonus video on Wednesdays as well. And here I show you how I love my collection, how I pan my makeup, and you will see from time to time honest reviews from products that I get sent on PR, because I truly try to stay in a low buy permanently. I'm not always in the last makeup trend or bandwagon, because I can create all the makeup trends that exist within my collection so far. So that's it, you guys. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.